Hello, YouTube. This is, in fact, the one, the only Galley La Podcast. And this is Akainu Fanboy, the other guy's Geboss. Please like and subscribe if you have not, because we are going to be reviewing One Piece chapter 1106 on your side. And also leave a comment. Let us know what you thought of the chapter, what do you think of our reviews. We'd love to hear from you guys, etc. So, La Costa Alligator with Robin. Thoughts? Oh wait, no, it's a crocodile. My bad. So Robin joins Crocodile again in the future, and that's what this predicts.
Exactly. But I like how you didn't even address last week Carrot's cover story. I see how much you dislike Carrot. Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, so when you go into the really the chapter starts off with it looks like should we just discuss this point right here and just say that all the theorists more or less got this wrong? And I'll say I'll take the L on this. I mean, I'm not a theorist, but really that much. But yeah, nobody really saw this one coming.
Yeah, I was kind of surprised. Well, I was very surprised by who ended up showing up at Egghead. But do you want to talk about that now or at the end of the chapter?
Let's just knock that out because I don't think they played too much of a role for the rest of it. You know, might as well just hit it out of the park now.
Okay, so yeah, it turns out that Dory and Broggy were the ones who were showing up and took out the Marines, and that was not on anyone's list. I mean, kind of tangentially with Shanks because they're related to Shanks, but yeah, it's gonna be cool to see them reunite because I think someone pointed out it's been like almost 1,000 chapters to the chapter where they met.
Yes, chapter 116, I believe, is when they met, because people are pointing out the connection between 116 and 1106.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good to see them, but it also calls into question like when the whole kid situation took place and how they got here so fast.
They have a big boat.
You got me there. And it also, okay, so I think this is going to lead directly into Elbaf, them going into Elbaf, but with that, it kind of, I was thinking about it more. It's like what side are Dory and Broggy going to be on? Because they're allied with Shanks, but they see that like they're saying like, we've come to back you up, Straw Hat, or should we call him the Sun God? So I would say that they're going to be more on Luffy's side. But yeah, because I've seen more and more people talking about like the connections with the Giants tribe and the Sun, like they have the celebrations and everything in Big Mom's flashback. But yeah.
So how strong do you think these two are?
I mean, they're wiping out whole battleships. They took out.
They did take out a Sea King. Yeah, you're right. Yeah. So
yeah.
Probably above Vice Admiral level, if I had to guess. I mean, I know the giant Vice Admirals were like the weakest Vice Admirals, you know. Maybe some of the Vice Admirals here could give them a run for their money. I think it's possible.
Yeah, are they Lucci level?
Are they higher than Zoro? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
I don't know if they're at that level.
Yeah.
But I think they could definitely. Wait, wasn't Dahl one of the three candidates to become an admiral?
I don't think so. There were a couple like SBS characters that Oda converted into canon characters. I think that was like Momo Usagi or something. Yeah.
I might be incorrect on that. Yeah. But anyways, yeah. So I don't know. I think the Vice Admirals could clash with them. I don't think they're gonna die here.
No.
Unless there's like a third giant on there that helps get them out. Yeah. But I think they're good to go. So
Yeah.
I don't think they're gonna wipe out the whole fleet, but I think they'll cause enough of a distraction.
I mean, we got a pretty big distraction in this chapter already, with the whole Bonnie thing.
Yeah. So good segue? Do you want to move on to there?
Well, I just wanted to say, with Elbaf, do you think that we're gonna see more of Shanks next arc, or do you think Shanks would have left at this point?
I think it's possible that they do a type of Davy back thing, because if Shanks is actually going after the One Piece, they're going to need the scrubbings, the poneglyph writings that Luffy has, and they're obviously at the point of getting it. So maybe they'll do like a Davy back fight to get the poneglyph scrubbing from one another.
Maybe
because Shanks might have the last one, for all we know.
Yeah. I'm personally, I'm just gonna say we're gonna see Shanks and Elbaf. I'm just putting that prediction down.
Yeah, I think that's fair. Yeah, I think I could sign on to your prediction. Yeah.
But
so what did you think about the Bonnie reverse order 66?
Yeah, so I mean, it makes sense that Vegapunk would do this. Like the whole reasoning, like, oh, I didn't want to see Kuma attacking you, so I gave you the ultimate order command. You're the top of the chain. But at the same time, it is kind of ass pulley. Especially because it's like, oh, Atlas, tell Bonnie about this now. It's like, well, why didn't he tell her earlier? I don't know.
Okay, yeah, maybe that little point, but I think it kind of makes sense with his character and everything, though. So I don't know about. I didn't find it super ass pulley. I do find it interesting that Saturn can't override them, though.
Yeah.
That seems kind of weird to me. I mean, I guess you could program it in such a way where Bonnie can have that code, but like when we get to the next panel though, with Saturn stabbing Vegapunk and everything though, like, please let him die. Like, let there be consequences in this series. Like, no more fake out deaths for the end of the series, Oda, please. Like, no more. Like, after Wano, I was just about to rip my hair out with the fake out death.
What are you talking about? We did get deaths. We got Izo and Ashura Doji.
Kinemon should be dead. Kiku should be dead. Okay? Oh my gosh. Like, I mean, let's be real. Fucking Zoro should be dead. Like, that's just bullshit in itself. The pill. The magical pill. Gosh. Okay, now I'm just getting angry again. But, okay, so Vegapunk should die. Vegapunk should die. Like,
I do agree.
I think all of the paths of Vegapunk should die. Like, like, you have an admiral, you have a Gorosei, you have this huge fleet. It's the biggest ass pull of the century if everybody gets out of here alive.
What if, because we know that like Vegapunk uploads his thoughts to the Labosphere or Punk Records, that's what it is.
Yeah.
What if the Straw Hats escape with the Labosphere or Punk Records, and his consciousness is in there like an AI type of thing?
Dumb.
He pops up like a hologram from Star Wars or something.
Yeah, right. No, there just needs to be losses in this series more. I don't think there's been enough losses. I prefer Shibuya arc JJK losses here, but I'll settle for Vegapunk die. How about that?
If you're doing that, we're losing half the Straw Hats. So,
well, it just needs to make up for lost time. How about that? Like, Oda has been better at killing people off.
Yeah.
But it needs to be people that matter, that we care about, Yeah.
But I just wanted to say, like, with Bonnie having the override things for like these are the new pacifistas, so that must like pass on to all of them and the old models too. Like she is a major threat now because she can completely like wipe out that whole division of the government's power of the pacifistas if she's there battling them. Totally. I've seen some people say like, oh, she would be a really good fit for the Revolutionary Army. Like they have the pacifists under their control now. She takes over for her mother. I think that would be good. But at the same time, I don't want to see the revolutionaries get that big of a W.
Well, Dragon putting in close to zero effort and getting a W sounds about right for his character, you know?
Yeah, it's not even Dragon that showed up.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, it was 2 giants, bro. 2 giants.
Yeah.
Oh, they have more respect and love for Kuma than Dragon. That's crazy.
It's more for Vegapunk, I think, because probably didn't. I saw this too. People talking about, is this what they meant when Vegapunk said he sent out a call? And it was probably Saul that answered that, and then he sent.
Yeah, that's a really good point, actually. Yeah, that's a really good point, actually.
Yeah. But then again, that was chapters ago. I had to go in the comments of the chapter when people were saying that. I'm like, oh yeah, that did happen. It's all these little plot points that get set up that are kind of ignored.
Yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I kind of think this goes a little nicely into the next section on Kizaru. Because we were talking over text with the one and abominable Jimper about basically Kizaru, how that I don't know, I'm not putting words in his terrible mouth, but it seems like he's giving out the impression that Kizaru didn't get the food to Luffy because it hasn't been confirmed like immediately after the fact. But they kind of just like left it open there, you know, like he moved to the food machine, right? And then that's it. And Luffy, you know, didn't say who saved him. It hasn't shown us who saved him. It's not Caribou, right?
Yeah.
And I think kind of the issue here is like, I do believe it's Kizaru still, because Oda's not going to reveal, oh yeah, it was Kizaru all along, but then it takes away all the tension right here of Kizaru hunting down the Straw Hats, because we know like he's kind of a good guy, right? You know, but if we still view him primarily as an antagonist, we're still sweating during the scene right here where he's like attacking Atlas and Sanji, Kuma and Bonnie, you know?
Yeah. And yeah, and Luffy gets another clean hit on him. But yeah, it is kind of weird that the whole Luffy thing doesn't really, like, no attention is really drawn to it. It's like, oh yeah, he ate, he digested, he's back in Gear 5. I don't know, it's kind of a strange thing. Maybe the anime will expand on that.
Well, I think it's kind of like how you're referencing how Vegapunk put out a call for some people, right? What Oda does during this arc is he drops a little plot point here, and then he fills it in a lot later, basically. You kind of forget about it, and you just keep on moving on in the story kind of thing. Yeah. You know? That's the vibe I'm kind of getting with the food thing, too. Because they made, like, multiple points of reference, like, oh, how did Luffy get there? How is he recharging? Who helped him out, you know?
Yeah.
And I don't know, like, even right there, it doesn't look like Kizaru's, like, super shocked, I guess, you know? Like,
I don't know. He looked pretty shocked. He got
super shocked.
Yeah, he got put right back in the same position that he was a couple chapters ago, just kind of sitting on the ground.
Yeah, I mean, he doesn't look as dazed as like the first time, but I mean, like, he's not like shocked. Okay, like he's surprised but not shocked. Like what I'm trying to say is, he has an expectation that he's going to be back in Gear 5 at some point. That's more the point I'm trying to get across, you know. Yeah, I don't know, he just, because he looked super serious last chapter, and now he's just again kind of like, you know, like he's just one of those characters that's really hard to read, you know?
Yeah, unclear justice.
It's just, I don't know, because like again, we have these indicators. Oh, Kizaru's going to turn, and then he goes back to killing everybody or trying to, right? But again, like if Oda kind of gave the hint, like that he's trying to let them escape by not trying as hard, then if we read back all these sequences, it makes sense, right? But right now, it's just kind of very bipolar, back and forth kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. It's again, he's an enigma.
Yeah, I mean, unless he did do what we thought he did, right? And then it makes sense, right? That's kind of like the only thing that really explained it. Or he's just having moral conflict and he hasn't resolved one way or the other kind of thing, you know?
Yeah. I'm honestly surprised you haven't brought up the Sanji feat in this chapter.
Let's see. I mean, hey, how about you touch it this time? Because I've been talking a good bit right now.
I mean, he blocked one of the lasers. You can see it in the one panel. He kicks one of the lasers.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, yeah, that's good. No, that's true. I mean, I won't say that Kizaru is stronger than Lucci, because whatever Zoro fights, by automatic definition, it has to be stronger than Sanji's opponent. So I guess Lucci's over Kizaru at this point, you know?
I mean, it's more feats than we've seen of Zoro in a long time. This arc.
Oh yeah, Jinbei's helping out Zoro with Lucci. He's not helping out Sanji with Kizaru. I guess that should be noted for the Chronicles right there.
Yeah. But anyway, yeah, we see the I guess I'll talk about the robot again. We were talking about the robot was referenced a long time ago, and Oda's once again like reminding us, hey, it can hear the rhythm of Gear 5.
Hey, we brought this up the last chapter, actually.
Yeah.
I mean, chapter review.
Yeah. And we get to see Bonnie seeing Nika and even Kuma. Like, there's a little, I can't tell if it's like electricity with him sparking or like a thing of indication above his head. I want to say it's an indication, like he recognizes it too. But yeah, it's pretty cool that they get to see it. Like, it's becoming more wide known about Luffy and Nika's connection.
No, it's a cool panel of him just like kind of jumping, smiling in there. It's becoming an iconic Luffy pose and everything. And Vegapunk makes note that this is like been an issue for ages and everything like that, you know, and all the rest. So
I did want to
call it solution. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I was gonna say like a Buster Call is a tame problem for him, probably because we saw like he made everything rubber when the like Frankie, Atlas, and Kuma and Bonnie and Sanji all fell down. He could probably just turn the whole island rubber and launch it back at the ships. Like this big Buster Call is kind of it's not going so well for the Marines.
Yeah, I think one point I am going to make, though, is that we've seen this over and over and over and over again in this arc, where it seems like the Marines are up at one point and the Straw Hats are up at one point and the Marines are back up, you know? There's definitely a bit of a tug-of-war going on here, you know? And I don't know. Like, yeah, the Seraphim are incapacitated and they get freed again kind of thing, you know? It's just kind of all over the place with this arc. So I guess like I kind of want to be more agnostic with the outcome of this arc, because yeah, it seems they're on the upswing, Luffy's back and everything like that. But something very tragic can happen out of nowhere too.
Yeah, I like my crackpot theory that Vegapunk's gonna be an AI going with the Straw Hats.
I like your warrior figure, the warrior machine killing Saturn theory better, but that's just me, you know.
Yeah, maybe Vegapunk will upload his consciousness into the robot.
No. We're not. No more. No, I mean, look, Vegapunk's not the most healthiest, strongest person physically in the world, so the fact that he... Sorry. I was just thinking about King of Lightning's video where he said Saturn was weaker than Ulti. And I'm just thinking, like, this feat right here. Saturn couldn't even kill Vegapunk.
I mean, now I want him to die just to prove it wrong.
Oh, but this slander. This Saturn hate's been particularly hilarious to me.
Yeah. I did want to bring up one point though, is that even though we saw that it was Dorian Broggy that showed up, there's still the Whitebeard ship. Or sorry, the Blackbeard ship that's coming.
I was about to say what?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Marco's coming again.
No. It's time to stop.
Wano's a masterpiece. But yeah, we still need to factor in the whole Blackbeard thing. So.
Yeah, right. And I don't think it's going to be like Blackbeard showing up. Like I said, I think it's going to be all those other Blackbeard pirates. I mean, the two last remaining Blackbeard pirates we haven't seen.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I mean...
So, yeah, that's probably going to be the last surprise of this arc, if I had to guess.
I don't know. I don't think anyone had Dorian Broggy on their bingo cards showing up in Egghead.
Yeah, right. I didn't. Jeez. I mean, if Oda planned out this whole thing, 1,000 chapters. I mean, that's why he's the best, man. What can I say? You know?
Yeah. Besides that, I don't think I have anything else to add. What about you?
No. I'd say that's it. It does feel like we're getting more towards the end of this arc. I guess like my little short prediction is that Broggy Dory will like at least create a way for them to get out. But I think Kuma is going to end up teleporting their ships out too at the same time. Mm-hmm. Because, okay, I still think it's kind of insufficient for them to just sail away. I think there's too many boats. Because they made a huge point of how many there were. And I think the Giants might get overwhelmed a little bit by 10 Vice Admirals.
Mm-hmm. Maybe.
You know?
Yeah, I mean, they're big. They can take on the battleships, but I think they lack the dexterity to fight smaller opponents.
Yeah, especially if the Vice Admirals tend to be quicker, more agile, and if we put these two at roughly the same level as the Vice Admiral Giants, then you could say maybe the 10 Vice Admirals collectively could be stronger than them, you know? You know, because we haven't really seen any other Giants stronger than the Vice Admiral Giants, really, you know? So, you know, it's kind of hard to power scale these two, you know? And I don't know. That's just kind of where I'm at with it. At least I think they might take some big damage trying to get them out. It would be interesting if they did go down here, because if Usopp saw them give up their lives to save them as brave warriors.
Yeah, we need.
I think that.
Yeah, we need more Usopp scenes.
Yeah, so I mean, I think it would be kind of sad where 116 they get introduced and Usopp gets inspired by them, and then they finally come back. Usopp's super happy, but then he sees them sacrifice themselves to save the Straw Hats. And then I think it would be interesting because it doesn't make the Marines look like complete jokes to take down Giants, you know? But then also it's a good character moment for Usopp, especially him leading into Elbaf. So I don't know. That's just kind of a little theory right there I might put out there. I think especially if Kizaru gets out of Egghead and starts chasing the Straw Hats, I think these two guys are filleted after that. You know.
So
that's my final thought there. Yeah.
So I did have one more thing that I thought. And this is probably the worst case scenario, because Oda, in his like yearly like jump announcement, he said something along the lines of like getting to the arc in a different way, a future arc in a different way. So I'm worried that it's like, oh, we can kind of transplant the things I had for Elbaf into Egghead because Dory and Broggy are here. That would be the worst case scenario. If it's like he does everything, it's like, oh, we don't even have to go to Elbaf.
Yeah, I think we will go. I like for the reasons we've talked about before, but like I said, I think this would be a good segue if they did sacrifice themselves leading the Elbaf. I think it sets the mood pretty well.
Yeah.
You know, I think there has to be extended bodies for this arc to complete, in a non-laugh comical way for the Marines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I don't know. I'm just scared. I don't think it's gonna happen. I would say it's maybe like a 5% chance, but there's still that percentage chance. Here it was. I was thinking of a route that doesn't go there, but I don't think I can stop Luffy. So, who knows? But yeah, that's it now.
Cool. All right. Well, everyone, thank you for listening. Please like and subscribe. If you have not, leave a comment, hit the bell, all that jazz. And yeah, so we will have a lovely review coming out pretty soon, and probably a One Piece discussion and or theory video coming out soon. So thanks for listening, and we'll see you all pretty soon.
See ya.